yeah, quite useful. Kind of beat me up first before that happened, but yeah. No, I share the same feeling you do, and that's why I'm here. I learned enough to maybe be dangerous to bandits, apparently, not bloodseekers, but and I want to help. So yeah, these.
So the old man still does have a soft spot in him, then.
Not that soft, but yeah.
If you're here, he has a soft spot, I promise. Being that he sent you to me, and we have very similar outlooks, it appears. Well, let's see what you can do.
Oh, okay.
And he walks you out back, and in behind the hut there, he actually has like a dummy that he would practice on, and he has set up several different targets that he might throw things at or practice with. So,
can I ask him what he throws at it? I'm curious since I have the bow.
And he pulls out a dart.
Nice.
And just dead center of one of the closer targets.
That is seriously cool. I gotta learn that after you.
So, well, I guess first let's see your tiger stance.
Alright. I'll kind of get the nerves out and then I'll go into it.
Okay, so you form your tiger stance and you are preparing. All right, let's see a strike. And he goes into a defensive stance.
Alright. Oh, you, not the dummy. I was, okay. That's
so
why
he has an entire training ground, but you're
Nice.
now seeing what he uses to train himself.
This is cool. Gotta remember this. Okay. He's in the defensive stance. Alright, or I'll attack.
Okay.
Into
Roll
tiger
to
stance.
attack.
Whoa. Great. I'm so nervous. I did terrible. 9.
9 to hit, and he just palms it right out of the way.
That wasn't my best, but I'm still learning. Yeah, okay.
Do you get any bonuses from Tiger Stance?
Do I? I'm not
She
sure,
gets a damage
actually.
bonus, so
But
it goes up to
not a
1d8, not a hit
Okay.
bonus. No.
Okay.
He steps out of the way.
Go ahead and try again.
I'm gonna try to put my hands a little higher than I'm in
It's-
stance to kind of hide the blush. So.
It's been a moment or two, I see.
Yeah. Yep.
You're not used to fighting somebody so small.
That initial cute reaction kind of giving way as I'm like, I can't hit a small person. Oh man. Do I take my second one on that?
Yes.
Oh, that's 10. No, better.
10. Just again, he blocks that one out of the way, and he's... I can see where we can improve in your form a little.
I start sweating. Yeah, you're right. Okay. All right. Can I do flurry blows on him?
You should have done that the first time around.
I totally should have.
But yes, you can do it for your third strike. You can flurry of blows, but it'll both
It'll be
be
a
at
terrible
the...
negative one.
Yes.
Here we go.
This is your time to shine.
All right, that's an 8. Cool. And that's a natural 20.
All right. Roll the natural 20 again.
Okay. And that's a 6.
Okay, so we'll not confirm any critical strikes, but you just once, twice, you come up with a third claw and miss, and then you come down with a rake, and it just rakes him right across that. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, dear.
So it should be 1d8 plus your
2.
half your, yep.
Okay, that's 10. Okay, that's 5.
5 damage?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he comes down and just, and he's like, ah.
I start calling, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't even have a healer's kit on me.
It's not a problem. Don't worry. All right, now let's see your crane stance.
Okay.
In crane stance, that gives you plus to your DC, or your AC, correct?
Just 1 circumstance bonus to AC?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now he's
Yeah.
going to strike at you.
Okay.
So you shift into crane stance.
Mm-hmm. Just like an, what's that kung fu kid?
That's right.
Karate Kid.
Karate Kid.
Kung Fu Kid. Nailed it. That's what it was.
No, just like I nailed all my hits so far.
Kung Fu Kid.
Kung Fu Kid.
What is your AC?
General So and
Roll
Danielle.
21.
21. Okay, so he strikes at you with a tiger strike. The first one misses. You actually do deflect it, and the second one will hit. And that will be 13 damage.
I'm so glad I healed. I did not expect this.
And then it just kills you.
You're not that cool.
So, and then he notices that he hits you a lot harder than he intended to hit you. He's
You'd
like,
be like,
I'm so sorry. It just kind of happens. I have a little bit of a control problem. So,
that's alright, so do I.
Are you hungry?
A little bit. I kind of skipped breakfast, actually.
Okay, why don't we sit and talk a little?
Alright, that sounds good.
So he pulls out some salted meat and hands that over to you.
These people love meat.
And
They just do. Sorry, I should have commented on that. Woo.
so hands you a little bit of salted meat, and you are then handed a. I guess it'd almost be just a cup of red liquid.
Oh, white. If this is a healing potion, you really don't have to. It'll be fine.
Oh no! Please drink up.
Okay. Can I sniff it? Does it have anything weird in it?
It smells a little funky,
Okay.
but
Do I
you
know what it
recognize
is?
it as a
Okay.
healing potion of
Okay,
sorts. Yeah.
I'll drink it, I guess. I don't even have anything to give him unless I want to give him a toy horse.
All right, and that's going to be 14 to heal.
Okay, that's cool. I feel better and a little bit less distressed that I almost got killed twice in one day.
So he, I can see some stuff that we can work on, but your form, you at least have these stances down, and I can see that your strikes can be improved. Spending some time with me, I think we can work on a few things. Absolutely.
Awesome.
And you guys just kind of talk a little bit about some of the training methods that were used on you, and
right.
yeah, you just
The whole, hasn't changed on that one.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, so you're still doing that? The wax on, wax on?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh my gosh, wax his cart so many times.
Take off the jacket, put on the jacket.
Yeah, and then we put the saddle on. It's terrible.
So, and then you actually spend most of the
I
afternoon.
could even just walk over him with when he
and yeah,
so.
and you guys will walk over together. So, is there anything that anyone else would like to do in the meantime? All right.
I'm good.
So it's getting into the evening time, and everyone seems to start gathering over at the Great Hall. So, let's see. Cammy brings food over. Faye is going to stay at the inn, so she will not be joining us. But Cammy brings over several plates of roasted boar, roasted with some herbs, and the same herbs are used to roast some potatoes and carrots, and that is pretty much the meal that's being provided. And then she does bring some cider as well. And all of you have already paid for the room, so all of the food would be covered, but the cider's covered as well anyway, because it's kind of like a group thing that she would do
Gathering,
for
yeah.
everyone. So she brings enough for everyone, and Donovan is one of the last ones to arrive. So as Donovan walks in, everyone's kind of seated at different tables, and they're all kind of just catching up on the day, and they don't seem to see each other every day, so they're just enjoying each other's company as you guys are sitting there and eating and observing. So as Donovan walks in, sorry I'm late, got caught up in my reading. And he takes his last seat there, and he still has a book tucked under his arm, and the lantern is still floating behind him.
Forgot about that. That's cool.
So, and Aaron speaks up, I hear that we have a problem with some bandits east of here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that would be correct.
That was what we...
Yeah, east.
Extra
We
expand.
did the whole that thing last time.
So, Donovan, I heard they took your ink, and I guess they would have taken some other supplies that we don't know about. I don't like having bandits in our area. Donovan, you said that you would like to go see to them in a few days? And Donovan, 3 days henceforth. And it's almost like he's mocking Aaron a little bit. But 3 days, yes, 3 days. Meet at my tower, and we'll go from there. And he looks over to Sanja. Sanja, do you think you can have a few potions whipped up for us by then? And Sanja says, absolutely. Cammy, you're on lunches, bringing those supplies. And Rock, go ahead and make sure that everyone's weapons are sharpened and ready to go as well. Now, do you guys have any idea where we might be looking for these bandits? I heard one escaped.
That's correct.
Yeah, and he fled east.
Yeah.
And that wasn't... The tree was cut from the western side of the road then, so there may have been some from that side we didn't see, but can see if they met up.
But
I
one of them definitely went east.
We heard the shoreline was that right?
We can take you back, or Claude can take you back to the place where the ambush happened. That would probably be the best place to start, seeing as we have no other leads.
And Claude is in the row as well. I should have mentioned that. He was sitting next to Sanja. So
we'll go back to the scene and retrace our steps.
did you leave anything there that we would be able to know that's where it happened? Other
There's a
than
house
the
and a
long
tree.
There was a giant burning
cart.
cart.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So I guess we will start there. And he looks back to Cammy. Cammy, would you mind showing these adventurers a little bit of wilderness survival? Mainly focus on tracking and probably setting up camp. That's something that it would be important that they know how to do on their own. If you are joining us, that is. I know at least 2 of you told Donovan that you are. So
I'm going to kind of look at Aaron. Is he going?
You're joining us,
okay.
yes. if you'd like to continue training with me, this would be a great training experience, I feel. So then I'll take that as a yes from all of you.
Yeah.
You're all joining. That's correct.
Okay. Then 3 days we will meet back at Donovan's in the morning.
No. Oh, yeah.
Henceforth.
She was just saying it's more like 2.5 days henceforth.
He glances at you, then he glances over at Donovan. So we will meet at the Dim Flame. Claude, we will see that your cart has some of the supplies, if you wouldn't mind. And you're surprised that they seem to be at a level that he can give him orders. But you don't know what's going on there yet. Then that will just about do it. Donovan, do you still have that training equipment? And I can have the kid pull it out of storage. Wonderful. That'll be something to test them. We'll give that 2 days from now. We'll meet just outside of town near my place, and we will see what you're made of.
2 days henceforth.
Written down a challenge. Henceforth.
Donovan. That'll be enough out of you.
I just kind of catch his eye. Is there any reason why we're waiting? Trail gets colder, time goes by.
The potions are going to take some time to put together. We don't regularly stock them, and we want to make sure that some things are settled here first. We haven't left town for quite a while. We want to make sure that the kids at least know what's expected of them as we leave.
Fair.
There's also the Blood Seekers. We might want to take care of those. Those are a little closer to home.
Well, if they come out again, they would be coming out tonight. So
that's true. Potentially.
You can totally go back in the middle of the night. That'd be fine.
I mean,
not all of us can see in the dark.
I've got dark vision, so
there are torches.
The Adventures of Gazmack.
Gazmack and crew.
I mean, If you want to name this series that, I'm okay with
We
that.
can all hold on to your tail.
That's on you as your dungeon master.
I didn't peg Gazmag for being the person out front and looking for things, but hey, you know, a volunteer we got.
So, is there anything else that you may know about these bandits?
Did Claude mention that it was arcane fire? Because I figured he would know probably better what, I don't know, essence that was of.
He did mention that the guard's cart was fireballed, yes.
Okay. So that they know it's not just ragtag knifers. That the evidence. Okay.
Yep.
They had a huge, ferocious dog. Just terrifying. Just something to think of. You might be facing some dogs. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And they might be named Nuzzles.
No. I killed Nuzzles. Trust me, I know.
Might be a second.
Nuzzles the second. Nuzzle more. Well then, I guess we will enjoy the rest of the evening, and tomorrow you will meet up with Cammy in the afternoon.
All right.
All right. So, is there anything you'd like to ask anyone while we are having dinner?
Can I whisper to Claude?
Sure.
Like,
You don't even have to whisper. You can pull them aside.
I can pull aside.
Yeah. So after dinner, you guys are all going to just kind of mingle a little bit.
Okay.
You know, they're asking some general questions. Most of you are going to be dodgy about them. At least 2 of you are. Co would be up front with everyone.
Yeah.
A little reserved still because that's just kind of who he is. But yeah.
I don't know who ended up getting the money from Donovan, but Donovan paid us for the paper. That goes to you, right?
A percentage of it would, yes.
Okay, well, let me know what percentage of that is. I'll make sure it gets to you.
I would assume about 50% would come to me and 50% for the guards that helped me get here.
Okay, good to know.
So.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, about that actually.
I don't remember who got the
I
money.
don't know
or
who
how much
actually
it was, but
pocketed the money.
I think we gave it to you, right? Well, it was you?
I have no idea what you guys are talking
I know
about.
he did pay
Pretty
for
sure
a
it's-
certain amount of gold.
Pretty sure it's seltzer.
I didn't mark up at
Prove it.
having any.
I mean, you guys were all there together.
Yeah, but we were discussing it in front of Donovan and we kind of left it, so I guess that was you? I mean, you paid for that healing somehow, right? So that's good.
I don't know what money you guys are talking about. I mean, you know.
Roll deception.
Oh man.
Ooh.
And roll perception.
Poor.
Everybody go.
A natural 25.
What?
That'd be
Yeah,
19.
Mine's not even.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Is it 24? Does that sound right? Yeah.
I don't know how much. I don't remember how much we got for the whole thing. Do you
It was
recall?
10 gold.
It was 10 gold for that, yeah.
Oh, for that, then I give it. I was like, oh, here you go. Like nothing happened. Like
Okay.
it was just like this is just a matter of this is the way it works.
Yeah.
You don't get what you get unless you ask for it. So, but I'm not gonna fight about it. So here you go.
So are you distributing to the party as well, their portions, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So each of you would get 1 1/4 gold.
But are we gonna do this in the middle of like this great hall where everybody's around? And we're just
Well,
gonna
I think
Absolutely,
I mean,
yes.
You would at least give the 5 gold to Claude.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then the rest of you can settle that.
Yeah,
It will have been settled.
I just toss him the bag like I had it set aside. Just
Already, yeah.
You know.
Let me give Cypher a look. And be like,
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. I heard you were looking for me earlier. Is that what this was about?
It. Yeah, that's
Okay.
it. I think. You're not a druid of their order, are you? Are you with the Guardians?
They don't really have an order, but
Okay, I was just wondering.
both Sanja and I follow the same god, yes.
And I probably would have remembered what that was, even though.
Probably.
Yeah, it's in the notes. I mean, you don't have to say it.
I don't think I know. Get a note of it.
So the
Research
Great
chasm.
Hall area, is it just like a
I probably
giant
spelled that
room
terribly,
with a
but
big
it's like
table in the
chasma.
middle? Are there
Chasma?
joining rooms?
Chasma.
What's the
Chasma.
layout?
So it's
Yes,
a lot of straight tables and then like a giant hearth up front.
These things.
Okay, but like just one big room. There's not
Yeah, it's just one big. And then in the back there'd be a couple like at least
storage
office,
rooms
and
or
then storage rooms,
antechambers or that kind of stuff.
Yeah, mainly it's just a great big hall Back right corner appears to be a room that might be used as an office, and then there's like storage in another one.
Okay. Because I basically spend I guess, interaction time, mingling time, just kind of looking around.
Okay, roll perception.
Yes. 16.
Okay, so you notice that Aaron has a key to the office area, and he opens it. He does a couple things and comes back out from time to time. That appears to be kind of like his main office. If he's going to be in town, that's where he's going to be. If he's not visiting someone else, but
right,
yeah. And there's like you catch a glimpse of a map of the region in that area.
All right, I'll go look at the map. I mean, in the office.
It's in the office.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. Otherwise, the other room isn't open, so you don't know what's really in there.
I actually will ask him just if I can go in there and look at the map.
Sure, by all means. In fact, while we're in there, you can kind of point to roughly where you guys might have been.
Okay, cool. And so we'll,
So you go in there, and you have a small regional map. It shows some of the immediate area up in the river, and Goblin City's kind of like the top of it there.
Right, okay. And this is the first time I'm seeing this map.
Yes.
Like, at all.
It is.
Well, I mean, yeah, and so I'm not obviously playing it low key, but I recognize that this is different than where I was / grew up / what have you. And so I'm just devouring it with my eyes, trying to take in all of what looks to be all the important places, the cities, just because this is so very, very different.
So, and like I said, it's a regional map, so it's not going to give you nearly as much information.
So it is. So it's a region that's zoomed in. It's not like an overview. Like
no, it's
this. More like
that.
Okay.
So,
but it's still very different than what I'm accustomed to.
Yeah. So you would have the same layout. Right, but the names and stuff like that are very different. The forest is all marsh.
Yeah, exactly.
It is, disgusting marsh area.
Right. So, and I assume that the roads would be slightly different.
The roads would be, exactly.
All that kind of stuff. So this is so there's enough there that I noticed that this is not.
This is not the place that you're from.
Right.
Yep.
And so I point out to him on the map where the general idea, obviously I can't pinpoint it. But
yeah, so you know that it was about a day's ride or so coming from the bridge because that's where you'd camp. So somewhere in this region. And you do know that some of this area appears to look very similar to the map that you found.
Okay.
So.
Do I have that on me still? Or I assume I would.
Unless you put it in the footlocker.
Right. No, I probably would have kept that on me. All right. All right, cool. Can I tell from, Aaron's relationship, is he kind of like second in command, or is he...
He seems to be the one that kind of is the leader of the group.
Not Donovan?
Donovan might like to think that he is, but Aaron was running the meeting.
Perfect. Then in this,
and from what you can tell, in this office, it is most definitely where...
It's his space.
It's his space, and it's more almost like a constable's office at this point in time. It seems like he would be the main person that's going to keep the law in the region.
All right. And then I'll just kind of go, I was like, look, I don't know if this will help. I've gotten everything I can from it, which isn't much. But I show him the map. This is something I found.
Okay.
Shortly after the attack.
And he says,
no, it was on one of the bodies of the bad guys, right?
Yep. So, looking at it, he's like, "Oh, interesting. There is a small cove. If you're trying to hide a ship of sorts, maybe they didn't come. Maybe they came by sea. This is helpful. We'll probably lean that direction then."
They looked at me like I was stupid when I said pirates, but it wasn't like I made it up. There was a reason.
Absolutely. Then that will give us a good place to start. And that would be just east of where roughly where that attack happened. So yeah, we will. Thank you. This would be very helpful. And he makes a few marks on his map and then hands that back to you.
I was like, keep it. There's nothing. It can't do me any more good.
Okay. Cool. So that will narrow down that search dramatically.
Do I, while I'm in the office, and I assume he's talking to me and showing me stuff on the map, do I notice anything of note that I would find interesting in his office?
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
It's a 27. I'm sorry, 24.
24. You do notice that he almost has like a list of different things that may have needed to be handled or were handled. One, there's a line through werewolf.
Okay.
That's interesting. That's okay. And
Does he have like a wanted board or like a bounty board or something like that?
There's no bounty board in here that you're able to see. It seems like they keep the region mostly taken care of, but you do see portals with a question mark next to it.
Okay. I make note of that, and just kind of, I've been as forthcoming as I feel comfortable with now, so maybe I'll ask about that later.
Otherwise, underneath that, you've got increased goblin dogs, or like goblin dogs with an arrow pointing up, and just other sightings of creatures that aren't normal to the area.
Cool.
So
that's all I got.
Cool. Anything you'd like to do at dinner or after
this is
dinner?
Great cider, isn't it? Man.
It's
Wish we had food like this in the marshes.
Oh, we had some cider.
next time.
I was gonna say
Something
I'll bring
fun.
some next time. You okay over there, buddy?
No, I missed my lips. It's okay. My lap needed the water too.
A drinking problem.
So, where would you like to go?
What time is it now after the meeting?
It's after meal. It's probably 6:30, 7 o'clock. So, getting closer to the evening. The sun is set.
I'm gonna go back to my room and study more for the thing that I'm doing in the morning with the
That's right.
training.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and get more dessert from Faye.
Okay. All right.
Wait,
So,
did they mention a dessert?
No, they didn't have any at the meeting,
Ah.
and I got dessert the night before, and I really liked it. So I went back to the inn and got dessert.
You're gonna end up one tubby little
Man.
guy.
I'm not gonna be throwing you
I
everything.
have a very fast metabolism.
One more creme brulee, and you get a -1 to Dex.
It's worth it.
all right. So, for the most part, everyone is kind of cleared out from dinner. There's a few people just sitting around and talking, but as you enter, Faye is still working the counter. So,
How you doing, miss?
Gazmac, good to see you again.
You too. I don't have a name made up for her yet. You wouldn't happen to have any of that pie again, would you?
We still have a little bit of apple pie, and we have a blueberry pie that's fresh this evening.
Oh, I'll take the blueberry.
All right, that'll be a single copper.
Sounds great.
So out comes this nice sized piece of blueberry pie. This has more of a crisscross pattern across the top instead of the crumbles.
Wonderful.
Gazmac's favorite.
Crisscross blueberry sauce.
So,
I sit in the corner and I just devour that thing.
okay. Fair enough. just
Everything but the tips of your ears are blue.
You turn into like a Oompa Loompa.
Roll reflex.
Reflex.
Acid reflex.
The pie gonna
That's a natural 20 plus 5.
Then you just no problem. Just everything makes it inside your mouth. Your teeth are a little blue, but that's all.
My first natural 20 is for eating pie.
Hey, natural 20.
Oh, goodness.
That's a true hero right there.
Wait, was that my first natural 20? Did I get it?
Manner.